I want to make some salsa for dinner tonight, so I'm heading to the garden now to grab some tomatoes and peppers. There's some noise on my street right now, but this is the only time that I have to do that, so I apologize for that in advance. Look at this squirrel. Cat caught an act. Oh, this is a little one. Hey, get out. It's looking a little, maybe it's a teenager, it's not looking as big as they usually are. Come on. Get out. Let's take a little quick look at the garden first. Some of the dahlias here have bloomed. Look at this beauty over here. This one's called Sweet Natalie. It's very, very pretty. Changed color now in the fall. It was pink in the summer. Now it's all more into this whitish tone. I have a cafe au lait there, and I have some cornel browns and some zinnias in here. And I do want to talk a bit about dahlias today too while I harvest and explain what happened at the plot. But now let's focus on the tomatoes and peppers. That's what I actually need for dinner tonight. I have these tomatoes here. They are changing color, and they don't really fully get red, but they're feeling a little bit softer to touch, so they're ready to harvest. I have this really big one here, the fused itself, and a few other ones below. I have already harvested a few. The squirrels also have eaten a few, and they're quite sour, not the tastiest ones, but I'm still gonna use it for the salsa tonight. And then I also have this tomato here. They're starting to get red. I already actually harvested a few. Also, they're not super red. That one may be okay, but I'm gonna take them out as well. And the peppers that I'm taking today are those shishiros over here. It actually hasn't been this cold, very cold, here in New York for the past few days, and the garden is still doing pretty well. Everyone is holding up. I have been noticing a lot more squirrel activity, as you saw. So there's dirt scattered everywhere. I think they're looking a mess, and a lot of holes everywhere, which actually also always seems to happen in the fall here for us. So my cool flower seedling project is also not doing very well because the squirrels just have been digging out everything. Things are not looking very good at the plot either. So I think I'm just going to put the garden to sleep soon, even though it's been warm and it's hard to just, you know, let go of things when you can still see things growing. I feel that this is going to be the end of the growing season. Now these ones are not looking quite ready yet. They're still pretty light, so I'm gonna let this be for a couple more weeks, but probably this is gonna be the last of this plant. But for this big one here in the pot, I might let it live until first frost. So let me just take these two tomatoes here. There's lots of green tomatoes on them. Oh, those are good size. Been already harvesting from this. Last week I harvested like a full bowl of red ones, but now we have tons of greens. You see there's green tomatoes everywhere. Same thing happened last year. It's from the same plant. I saved seed from this variety last year and planted in here, and it's doing pretty well again, so that's nice to know. The peppers here, I have not been harvesting them. Some of them got already red. The shishiros are typically eaten green, but I'm gonna take all of these guys. I'll leave some in there too. This is good actually for tonight, but I'll take this for salsa. They usually are not the best pepper for salsa because they're not spicy, but that's what I have, so that's what I'm gonna use. Now I also have this nice cilantro in here. Just threw a bunch of seeds in this pot, and they're growing so nice now in the fall. I wonder if I put the date in here. No, just say cilantro, but it's probably September. I don't remember, but it's looking super good. I might, not right now, just right before I make it, I might come here and just pluck a few leaves for the salsa as well. And I was also thinking to harvest this broccoli. Let's check it out. Let's look. Oh, it's been raining a little bit, and the planters get super heavy when it rains. Whoa, that's nice. Look how big this is. So I have lots of side shoots. I can see. If I do harvest this today, I'm just gonna harvest this little top. Oh, let me do it right now. It's not as much, but I can have it for myself for a snack while I'm cooking. I'm going to leave all the side shoots in here to see if they become bigger, but for now I'm just taking this little nice floret. Okay, this was a humble little harvest, but before I go inside and get cooking, I just want to talk to you guys about a few things that have been happening in the garden. So it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video update. That's a few reasons for that. One is that the garden is not producing as much as I wish it was, or how much it did last year, so I've been feeling a bit discouraged to actually show around. I was planning to do an October garden tour, but I think there's not enough things to show, so I decided to skip on that. And especially at the plot right now, there's really nothing much to see there. But that's okay, because I knew that after I came back from vacation that the garden was not going to perform as well as it did last year for me. Last year at this time I was overwhelmed. It was like abundance until this time. I had so many tomatoes all the way into November. I was canning like crazy. I was trying to cook dinner with things from the garden almost every night. I stopped posting in here because I was so overwhelmed. So I'm appreciating the change. I appreciate this slowness actually, even though it kind of hurts my YouTube content here a little bit, but that's okay. The garden is made of seasons and there's a different season for everything, and I'm very excited to start planning for the garden next year. But before we get that far ahead, let's talk a bit more about where the garden is now, where things are at right now. If you have seen my last little community post, I keep moving here because of the sun, but we're gonna have to deal with this kind of light right now. So if you see my last community post, you saw that someone has taken my dahlias from the plot. So I got pretty upset. It was a couple weeks ago. I went there the day before and I saw that there were lots of them almost ready to be picked, almost fully open bloomed, and lots of other ones that are about to open. And someone went there and took them all. Just harvested everything, even the ones that are not ready to be open yet, because dahlias don't open much after you harvest, so you should actually wait for them to fully open and then harvest. But anyway, it's beside the point. But I got a little bit upset. My neighbor has never done that, even though I share the plot with him. Every time he takes something or his wife takes something, they only take a little bit, and just having someone else go there and take the whole thing was a little bit heartbreaking, especially with the dahlias because they're so beautiful. But I understand also because they are so beautiful, but that made me kind of discouraged to keep gardening there, at least this year. I also checked the other day on the cool flowers that I planted in the last video, and they haven't really come up yet, so I'm not sure if it just take a very long time to germinate, or if the birds ate the seeds, because even though, or the squirrels or rats, even though I had the screen has been moved and there's like digging around everywhere, so just a bit discouraging again. Maybe it's a sign. We're also still dealing with the rat problem in there. I thought it was kind of over, I haven't seen them in a while, but then I went there. Whoa, cat just sneezed in here. One of the backyard cats just came out. Anyway, the alley cats. No rat problems in here because I have them, but anyway, when I went there a few days ago, I saw another dead rat, and it was just discouraging also. I wanted to film a video with the updates from the cool flowers, and that didn't really happen. They didn't really come up, and that was a little bit frustrating also, but I'm trying to stay positive over here, okay? I harvested my things for dinner tonight. I'm gonna make some salsa. They might not look the best color with these tomatoes, but it tastes great. And I'm gonna make other things just to enhance the flavor. But I think that the gardening season is going to be ending soon. I know that last year I harvested things into December. I have a video in January that I showing that I harvested before I went stayed for Christmas, and it was just like so many greens. It was amazing. I had a lot of fall stuff. This year I think I'm okay with slowing down, with not having as much. Even the seedlings that I planted on my green stock, they're not growing as fast. I took the insect cover out, and some of the caterpillars, they have been eaten by insects, and also I have been bad about fertilizing, and I didn't have fresh compost to put in there too, just to put new potting soil. Anyway, not in the same place I was last year, that's what I want to say. With everything else that's going on in the world right now, I think it's okay to take a break, and with the garden kind of slowing down, I hope to finally have some time to edit some videos that I've been meaning to edit for a very long time too. A couple of them are from last year. Another one of them is of me saving seed, which was last month, but it's taking me a little time to edit that as well. Hopefully that will be the next video that I'll be seeing coming up. So it'll be a seed saving video from stuff that I have saved when I came back from Brazil. Some flower heads are dead and some other things too. And then I have maple pecan jalapeno video that I want to edit and put it up with a very good recipe. It's from the Balkany website. I did it last year and I really liked it. We still have one can left of it. I've because we kind of tried to not use so much because it was so good. And I'm going to use it tonight for dinner too, because I'm making some sheet pan nachos with this salsa and some of the other stuff we have. So that's really exciting. It's a really good recipe, so I'm excited to share that. And also I want to say here that I really want to try to shift the focus of this channel a bit now in the fall and winter to cooking, and then we come back again to garden in the spring. Having some more cooking videos was always the intention of this channel. That's why it's called Mars Garden and Kitchen. I have never really had a chance to post as much cooking as I wanted. Cooking videos are a lot harder to edit than gardening videos. Not that great at filming, editing them. Also takes a lot more planning, and I have to have my apartment ready. My kitchen's tiny. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to keep my promise this time. I need to get inside to start cooking this house. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here all this time, for watching everything you have been through this whole year. I know this was a bit of a turbulent year. It was not as nice as last year with content, but I did what I could. It was very hard with the wedding and the trip planning to Brazil. Maybe this winter too, I'll share an update how the trip was. We went to some amazing places while we were there. Danny really enjoyed meeting my family. So maybe, don't hold me accountable, but I'll try to see if I find some time to maybe post an update about that too, if you guys are interested. So thank you so much for watching again. I'm going inside now to cook this. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.